Franklin?
I did.
You are kidding me. Okay, stop. How are you not one of you are rock star royalty in DFW? Like you have
it was interesting. I didn't
okay.
get to meet her, touch her hand, anything. I mean,
but are we allowed to talk about that?
She had to sub for her sound check. So I mean,
okay,
yeah.
Can we talk about that though? Can we chat about
that?
that?
There's not a lot to talk about, but yeah.
Are you kidding me? Not many people could say that they have come close to brushing with Aretha. That is, oh my Lord, Bobby. Wow.
It was 3 gigs or something.
Okay, I don't care if it was a sound check gig. I would have been like,
well, I heard rumors about her that ended up being true. So that was
not so good rumors.
She was rugged.
No, funny rumors.
Oh, okay.
No.
She was the ultimate diva.
Like she insists, which I mean, I will not fault any, because one of my best friends would on the Dick Clark Caravan of Stars thing in the '60s tour. So he told me all the horror stories about being black and being on those tours. So I will never fault anyone of color that had to go through that as a musician back then for their proclivities now, But one of her proclivities was that she insisted on getting paid cash. I get it.
I get it.
She wanted it at the beginning before she stepped on stage.
Yep.
So they went up there, they counted the money, she got her money.
Smart businesswoman.
Put it in her purse, took her purse on stage with her.
That is correct.
Sat by the drum riser.
Good girl.
Every show.
She could see her money the whole time she was performing.
I agree with her. Right on.
Every show. Okay, we're going.
I thought it was awesome.
I'm going to get you to do the drop so we can get you guys. Or can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, I'll just blow it up
here, but I can see it.
Okay, and can you see it? Okay, now it's basic. You're basically. I'm going to put you full screen.
Okay.
But you're going to basically do ad lib that, and the first one is you're watching, and then the second one you're listening to the In the Pit with Rick podcast. Okay.
You can't see me picking my nose right now, can you?
Not on camera, but we can. Okay. I can see you. He can't see you picking.
I think I follow that.
Okay. And I'm going to mute myself and Rick. And then when you're ready, just go ahead and drop the first one. This one right here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
So what? So when I see this, I'm talking when I see the other.
Yeah, you talk now. Yeah, when you see yourself,
right,
you're ready to go.
Okay.
And I'm turning off the mic, and you can hit it.
I got it. Okay. Cool.
You can hit it.
What am I hitting?
You're gonna.
Sorry. What am I hitting?
You're gonna say this right here.
Oh, I'm gonna say this. Oh, sorry. I gotta get closer to read that. Okay. This is blank. Oh my God! How do you?
Oh, you got it, hey, Bobby. This is the easy way. Just go. This is Bobby with, and you can either talk about your band, say your band names or not, and go. And you are watching In the Pit with Rick. Just
okay.
You don't have to say your bands. If
yeah, and you don't have to stand up. You can. I'm not going to have it up.
No, I'm standing up so I can fucking read it right now. That's all.
I got you.
I'll back up now. Okay. Yeah, it sounds weird to say all my band names. It sounds weird.
Just say what you want to say.
This is Bobby, and you are watching In the Pit with Rick.
Okay, I'm just going to do that.
All right. Okay, I'm turning off
the bands or ask me about them later. Okay.
Okay, cool. Rick's mic is off, and I'm turning off my mic, and you can hit it now.
This is Bobby. Okay, then now you took it away, and I forgot what I was supposed to say. Go back. This is Bobby, and you're watching In the Pit with Rick? Okay, got it. All right, go back. This is Bobby Hoak, and you're watching In the Pit with Rick. Oh, extra effect.
I think we're keeping that. I like that.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
We
Hey, that's what you call those happy studio accidents.
I
Yeah.
think I just peed myself.
we've never had sound effects on the drop before.
Oh man!
I'm keeping that. And then can you
Okay.
do this? Well, not you can do it without the sound effects, but you can if you can give us another one that says your name again and you're listening to the In the
Oh
Pit
my
with
God.
Rick podcast. Does that make sense?
The independent what?
The In the Pit with Rick podcast.
Oh, podcast. Okay, do
Yeah.
another one with
Yeah, do another one because this one is not going to be visual, and so I'll just go ahead and put.
Okay, so we don't need sound effects. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
if you want to do sound effects, it's fine. Just do what you want to do. All right,
Okay.
I'm using
All right.
Rick.
Dude,
Mike.
can you
Okay.
like Darth
I'll say
Vader?
it again, Mike. I say it again, Rick.
I said, can you sound like Darth Vader?
Oh, quit. Okay, I'm turning Rick's mic.
I don't have that hooked up.
Okay, and take a 2 count in your head, and then do it. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hi, this is Bobby Hoak, and you're listening to In the Pit with Rick podcast.
That's a rapper.
Wait, so he was leaning, and I thought he said you're listing, and I'm like, wait,
Not
We're
he's not listing. No, he's not listing. And yes, I do.
Okay, we're gonna have to take a break because my side hurts already. We
Oh,
should start
man.
the interview. Oh my Lord.
Okay, when are we going to start it? At 8?
Yeah, give me a
What the hell?
not,
You're out of whack
dude.
today.
I'm sweating already. Like holy fuck.
Well, I was too, man. I was by the pool.
Ooh, okay, by the pool, that's excusable. I'm in the office, air conditioning, ceiling fan going. Good
Side
God.
hurting.
I'm
Okay,
gonna call it the alcohol sweats from last night.
Okay.
That's
Well, you call it. That's what it is.
I'm drinking Fresca. I'm good.
Oh, see, I was gonna grab a cream soda and I settled on a dun dun dun.
You're in
Monster.
that monster, boy.
No sugar. Wait. This is 0 sugars. Oh.
Mhm, whatever. Okay. You're going to start at 10.
That's fine. Oh my God, Mr. Rose. There's no way. Whew.
You're going to start at 10.
Yes, at 10.
Yes. Okay. And then right before the end, when you say you're ready, I'll put your full screen and we'll be rolling. Okay? Because I can hear you guys in the background. I'm turning my mic off.
Oh my Lord, Bobby, I am glad we are finally on the show. If you make it through this without like a stitch or having to call your therapist, we'll call it a success.
There you go.
Did you play last night?
Yeah, early Taste of Addison.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good. You're a musician. You get it. I always judge those festivals things by the crew.
Yes, 100%.
Right. Because the audience, they're out there doing their own thing, and they're 300 feet away or whatever.
Yeah.
So but their crew was awesome.
Top
I
notch.
mean, it was awesome, man. They met me at the car, took all my shit out of my car, put it on a little golf cart.
Well,
took it
they
to the
carried your
stage.
shit. Hold on. I'm in love. They carried your shit. Like, wow.
No. Carry my gear.
Wow.
And then we took it to the stage. They took it off the golf cart. They put it on the stage. They took them out of the cases, put them on keyboard stands.
Oh, well, see, I'd be like, you can carry it there, and then step back, Jack, because I'm the only one that touches my gear. Like I'll
I
set
don't
it up,
mind.
and everybody goes, "Can we help you break down?" No, leave it alone because I have gig kits, and then I have other drum sets. So my gigging kits only see the stage, so everything gets put back a certain way, so that when I get to the next gig, I open it up and it's exactly where I expect it to be. No surprises. And I've had roadies that have lost shit, broke shit, and that's why I don't have a roadie anymore. Because no, I expect my drums to be just I expect. This is how we make our money when we're out gigging. I need it to be a certain way. And I don't really have, and if it's not that way, I don't want to have to be a dick right before I go on stage. So
trust me, my 3 hernias did not mind them picking up my keyboard.
Oh my Lord. So yes, I want to talk about, and we're never going to cover all your bands and all your stuff that's going on, which is good because then I have an excuse to suck you back in to the void again and have you on the show.
Right. Right.
So we'll talk about some of this
I'm
stuff.
thinking as we're talking, we should do another one of these, and it'll be a Bobby's pool party, and I'll just invite a bunch of musicians and stuff over. Be like those MTV spring break things they used to do.
Yes. Well, we've got a couple of things. Well, wait. We want to use you, and that's something we'll talk off. We've got another show that's in production that we're doing pre-production now that we're going to start, and I want to use you as one of the guests, and it is. I'll divulge more, but basically, it's kind of going behind the scenes from the beginning of your career forward, and just we'll be asking for a lot of footage, pictures, and talk about basically, it's how you got started, and not just, it's just, you know what I mean? It's without giving it all away. It's another show that we're going to do that, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It's funny because I was talking with Kim. You brought something up a minute ago about Aretha. I saw Miss Kim Lusk last night, and because she sat in with Summer of '69, and she was doing, she was doing her oh my God, brain fart.
What, Tina?
Tina thing. Thank you. She, of course, the first thing she does, she comes up to me and she goes, "Oh my God, look at how dark you are." And I said, "Sweetie, I'm almost darker than you." And I said, "This is," and of course we start talking. I said, "This is why I don't understand racism and whatnot." I said, because white people spend all summer trying to get dark as they can. To me, I want to be darker. What the hell? She goes, "Sweetie, you almost got me beat." I'm like, I will trade skin color with you like that. I mean, I love my tan. I want to be darker.
There you go. Yeah.
So
I love Karen. I've seen her forever.
Oh, she was, and she made me a promise. She's going to come on this show when she's ready to really fully commit to doing a Tina. I mean, she's dabbling now, and I can see it's in her brain, and we've talked about it. She's not, because you can't come on the show with that and then not launch it, because then the public will be like, "Oh, we got a Tina Turner coming," and Tina's got a lot of hits. And I told her, I said, "Okay, when you're fully ready, I want Tina on the show." And I think that's maybe sooner than later, because you could having those conversations, you can tell gears are clicking. She goes, "I don't know how to be a front person." I'm like, "Oh, sweetie, yes, you do. Don't throwing
that wig.
And she looks great.
Hey, start at 15.
No, we'll start here. We'll start 20 seconds.
No, start at 15 because I'm doing something anyway. Start at 15. You got about a minute and a half.
But I want to start now.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
See, Bobby, I'm surprised I get to come back every week because Mr. Rose has to put up with me like constantly. But I will tell you, we just crossed our 3-year mark.
Oh, wow. Congratulations, dude.
Thank you very much. And we started this show from zero. I mean, zero. It was just not even an idea. Somebody, Dwayne at Platinum said, "Hey, why don't you do a show?" And I'm like, "Let me think about it." And he connected me and Mr. Rose. And then I took like 6-8 weeks to think about what I wanted to do. And here we are.
What's your numbers like now?
They vary, but typically views we get 10 to 15,000. Sometimes we'll hit 20,000 views. We're reaching people in Europe, all over the U.S., South America, like Brazil, Argentina, Australia, New Zealand. Yeah, I mean, we're
20s yet. No 20s yet. No 20s.
No, we were knocking on it. We were at
19
something
or something, but no.
Oh, I thought it was 19. We're getting close.
I don't want to blow too much smoke up ass this week.
No, but we are. I mean, we're doing okay. I'm not worried about the numbers.
No, we're fine.
We started out with, I think our first show had like 5 views. And now we're on iHeart, Spotify, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We've got a Roku channel and an Amazon Fire channel. So, I mean, not bad for just a little project saying, cool. Hey, let's help the local scene. I mean, it's, and it's funny. I had a guy at Gas Monkey come up to me that was from Colorado, and he goes, he actually watches my show. He goes, "You're Rick from Concert Connection." I said, "Yes, I am." He goes, "Oh my God, I watched your show." He goes, and so we came to Dallas, and I started looking up clubs that I'd heard you talk about. He found Gas Monkey, and of course, he's like, "Where are the after parties?" My after party is going to be with my pillow in bed. But I was like, "Oh my God, some guy from Colorado's in town at the show that I happened to be emceeing," and he had to come up and introduce himself, which was. You're always flattered. Okay, Mr. Rose, I see the time. Are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Vogue, Vogue, Vogue.
Hello, rock stars. Welcome to In the Pit, and I am your host, Rick. I hope everyone's doing well. This week, I have a guest that I have been giddy to talk to for a while. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Bobby Hoak. How are you, Bobby? You're like,
Great.
I feel like I should pull off my Clark Kent super. Dude, you are a superhero. I've admired you and oohed and awed for a long time. No, and I'm gonna tell you right now. I gush every time I come see you play, and because every time I walk in, you see me, you get a big smile on your face. I'm like, I like Bobby. He's so nice to me. Other people see me, they're like, you could see him talking to security, going, "That one right there. Will you ask him to leave?"
I've been accused of smiling too much to the point they think it's always fake, and I went, "Yeah, clearly you haven't been with me at sound check."
You'll know when it's fake. I'm like,
you'll know it's fake.
I laugh.
Take drum, please.
Oh God, please! I don't want to have I don't want to think about sound checks. Sound checks are the most
let's not
emotionally draining experience. Oh my. Okay. So before we came on the air, you and I were talking about it. That's like the Starship Enterprise behind you. I love your you are the wizard, man. You are like a mad scientist back there. And you really do your bands, and you're in a bunch of them, and we'll get to that. You're running the show back there. I mean, drummers run the show, but you're the man.
You know, it's so funny. It just sort of started out that way with me. I didn't mean to be that way. And the first band I was in out of high school, everyone in the band was in their late 20s and 30s, and I was 19. And I had like 2 rehearsals with them. They're like, "Okay, you're the music director." I went, "Oh, okay." I went, "Yeah, I can do that. Sure." And it never went away.
But Bobby, that's a huge compliment to have that gift, to be able to look at a band, which is herding cats. And sometimes you want to like literally shoot every single cat in the room. But get them all to march in the same direction. And folks, you've watched the show for a while. I've had a lot of musicians on. We're all going to tell you the same thing. It takes a lot of work getting a bunch of different people to move in the same direction.
Oh yeah.
And sound good. I mean, that doesn't just Lucky Charms magically delicious happen. I mean, holy crap. It takes some work. And to be able to be the band leader, that takes a certain amount of patience. I want to know what kind of prescription for Xanax you have.
I've actually never taken one of those in my life.
Oh, dude, if you get anxiety, like when I fly, I have to have a Xanax and a rum and Coke to get on the airplane. Otherwise, I'm that guy that's hanging from the ceiling, and the air marshal's coming like, "Sir, you need to leave the airplane."
Yeah. Yeah, right.
But I mean, you're comfortable with it because you band leader a bunch of bands.
Yeah. Well, and now I have the additional burden of doing it for so long, that now I feel like, well, you better listen to me. I freaking know what I'm talking about. It's like, and I'll hear someone mention something. I'll go, "Yeah, I had to deal with that 10 years ago," or something like that. It's like, there's hardly a scenario that someone doesn't bring up that I think about and go, "Yeah, I've dealt with that."
Now, with that decades of experience, I have to ask, have you found that you mentor other band leaders and kind of pass on the wisdom of years of experience that they still got to go through it? They got to experience it. But do you give those tidbits out?
All right, this is getting comfortable because I don't like talking about myself like that. But I did come to the show, so I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
But no, I've actually have sort of had that happen the last few years.
Nice.
Man, I really look up to you, blah blah blah, sort of stuff.
And there's nothing wrong. No, we're not going to dive in deep, but I do it too.
They're paying attention.
Yeah, I think that it's as I'm honest. I'm 51 years old. I know everybody says, you're a puppy, and I am, but I could tell Father Time's catching up with me.
Yeah.
And I do find myself when I'm around the younger musicians, especially drummers that are still trying to figure it out, giving them tidbits of advice, because again, there's just no substitute for experience and time. It is what it is.
Yeah,
But
it
if
really
you,
is. It just sort of, you know, and that's one reason why when I see people in my mind make maybe not the best decision, or I
Yep.
know they can make a better one,
Yeah.
I feel compelled to tell them. You know, it's like, you know, do this, just or do this. This my advice.
take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
trying to be pushy, but trying to, you know, I'm trying to shave 5 years off your experience that I had to go through. You know, it's
And
like,
I think that's a gift, Bobby. I think that's a huge gift when we get to give back to the next generation. And again,
yeah,
we're a little bit older. I'm excited as I watch. And for those of you watching in Europe, South America, all over the U.S., here in Dallas Fort Worth, we have a very thriving music scene that we are excited. I mean, we really are blessed. It is a gift. And we do have we've got an awesome young group of musicians that are coming up through the ranks.
yeah,
And when you get to mingle with them on stage and backstage and just in the crowd, and you realize that they're giddy and that they're like sponges, that they have their own ideas, but they're also
right.
willing to learn. Oh man. And it's exciting for me because I know that this will continue. And the number one piece of advice I give to everyone is make sure you pass it on. Make sure that you keep this going, because live music is a true gift. If you're in Memphis, LA, New York, Miami, Dallas, Chicago, I don't care where you are. If there's a live music scene in your city, go support live local music. There is nothing better. It's a gift. That's all I can say. So again, I love it. Now,
and I love the young people. You know, like I say, I've you know Leah Lane, right?
oh yeah,
Rosemary, yeah, because you know I've been working with her off and on for the last few years.
Yep,
and a little more this year, and but that's a perfect example. I mean, she loves me, I love her. You know, we just have this great respect for each other. You know, and so when I get people on, you know, at that age level and that talented, you know, that still think I have something to offer them, it makes me
Where do you think we learned it? I mean, there had to be some great, and I know I already asked, and we'll just skim the surface. You've been very blessed to work with some great musicians over your career.
Correct? Yeah, I worked with I worked with Cy Kernan, the Fix, you know,
Nice.
did that whole thing a few years ago and put a band together. Once again, the sort of band director sort of thing. I was asked to put a band together for him. And it worked out great because some of those people that I found for those gigs with him, I still work with those people.
Nice.
Like
nice.
Drew Hunter and Eric Neal. Yeah, that's where I met them. I found them for that gig.
That is awesome.
You know, still work with them. So, and then in 19, I put it together a band for Jane Wheatland of the Go-Go's.
Yep.
For their party.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh wow. And you dabbled for like a 30-second. I'm like really quick with Miss what's her name? Oh, Miss Aretha.
Yeah.
But I mean, that is phenomenal, because that is you get so much experience out of that. And seeing and do you still have those at all? And I know that they're real people like you and me, but do you ever get those like rock star awe moments at all when you meet people?
Oh yeah, I remember. When I got the call, when I initially got the call for Aretha from a producer friend of mine in LA, and he said, "Man, I need to put a horn section together for this." I ended up not doing that. Someone else ended up doing that.
Yeah,
but he was like, "I need to put a horn section together." And he sort of just rattled it off, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, horn section. Wait a minute, who did you say? And I was like, HP, who did you say? Like, and I was like, can he tell that I'm like pausing on the phone for air right now?
That's a hang up the phone and you're doing your dance. You're like, oh yeah.
That connection, I'll tell you that. Yeah.
That's the Home Alone moment. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Yeah, I think we all would do that. I mean, it's you're flattered, but then you're also like, okay, they're so real. And there's been a couple douchebags I've met, and that's, whatever.
Yeah.
But 99% of the folks that I've met, you're like, oh man, I love you. You are you're just a good human being. And you realize they're just like you and me. They just happen to get to play bigger stages than we do a lot of times. And they make a lot more money than we do for doing what they do.
But they have a lot more to keep people away from them. So
yeah, exactly. Now let's talk about your involvement in the DFW scene, because you and we won't have to go into all of them. You're in a diverse, you're not just like in one genre of music. You're in a diverse genre. I believe you're doing everything from the 80s new wave. I think there may be some country in there somewhere. That dance. I mean,
not really yet. And I'm not really that big of a country guy. So
no, but when I say dance, I'm thinking like the prima donna stuff.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, dance. Yeah.
I thought we'll dabble with that, but I mean, you've helped influence, again, help guide some folks that are giving us some of the greatest projects that we get to go watch on the weekends. Fair. And you're very humble about it, and that's what I adore about you. Is you are humble, because you're like, this is just what we do, man. It's I mean, I think I was freaked out when I saw you with Graceland. That I think it was at House of Blues, and I think I was like, whoa, wait, really? And of course I get to see you with Cure, which I'm I gush because I'm a huge Cure fan, and your bass player Doug is I'm a huge fan.
Thanks, yeah.
I recently became a Bowie fan. When I say recently, in the last few years. And so, whenever I get to come out and see you with Thin White Dukes, I'm always like, oh, and I adore Mario. He's awesome. So, I mean, how do you pick your projects? And I'm kind of curious, because everybody knows I'm a pop punk drummer.
It's just, I mean, I pick a based on, I guess, where my head's at that time. A lot of times, it's like, how busy am I at this moment? And then is this interesting enough for me to want to add this to my plate? Yeah. And but then sometimes I have to think, okay, well, if I add this to my plate, what other bands do I have to like maybe
lesson? Yeah.
Not ignore, but and not really necessarily put on the back burner, but like let them. I guess let them ride on their reputation alone, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, put it on autopilot.
Because I mean. The Dukes, the White Dukes and Cure are perfect examples of it. We've had those, 12, 13 years or something.
Oh my God, has it been that long?
So, God, yes, I know it.
No, that's phenomenal. That is phenomenal, Bobby, that you can make it that long. That is phenomenal. Basket Case just hit their 5-year anniversary. 12 years, like, there's days that, how do you not kill each other?
Well, so it goes back to that thing you're talking about. Finding personalities that work and respect each other's work in the band, and we respect my direction, and hey, I had a band with my a variety band back in the 90s and 2000s. Together for 20 years. I had 4 personnel changes in 20 years with a cover band. I mean, that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, that's huge. Like, wow, that you could keep that's all you have was 4 personnel changes. Like, because it is difficult. And do you find that you have to be like the ringleader, like and I know it's being a band manager is one thing, but like, if it's not you bumping heads with somebody else, if any of your guys are, do you have to be like, okay, you go to that corner, or do your guys, you do a good job of picking temperaments that are going to work together?
Yeah, and sometimes you get a swing and a miss, but it's not, not that often. Well, a good example of the band I was talking about, Dance Regina. I hired this great guitar player, and we worked great, but then we just sort of kept bumping heads, about direction and stuff, and so to go back a little bit, that I'm not closed-minded to hear anything. I mean, there's always a new way to skin a cat. It's like, so I'll always listen. Say, hey, that's a really good idea. Let's try that. But anyway, I mean, this guy we didn't. So I had to let him go.
It happens.
And but he wasn't really angry about it. It was fine because he knew that we weren't sort of mentioned. But ironically, like a little bit while later, he's like, man, after I left your band, I really started thinking about it more. He goes, I started getting into keyboard because that was a lot of our thing. His parts kept covering up. It's like, dude, guitar does not have to go from measure 1 to measure 120. It's like, in and out. Fit with the plan. So he's like, well, man, I really got into keyboards after I got out of the band, and I think I see it now. I see it. I see what you mean. I was like, well, cool. So something happened, and the guitar player quit after that or something. So I called him and said, hey, you want to come back? He goes, yeah, sure. And he came back. He came back for like another year or two. So
that's awesome. And that is probably there is the epitome, because we don't know where our paths are going to go. And we are we're going to cross paths with people. I've had to let people go, and because I am a band manager too. And you it's heat of the moment, but when emotion goes away and you can become friends again, get past all the BS. You share time together. So it's like, this is what we do because we're passionate about it. Let's, there's difference between business and pleasure, and learning to delineate between the two. And sometimes we're musicians, we're emotional. It can be difficult.
Yeah. Well, I had to get really tough skinned about it really early because in my early 20s, I was in a funk band for like 8 years. The only, pretty much for most of the time, the only white guy in the funk band. But me and the leader, I was just the music director. But me and the leader, we were great. We're still friends to this day.
Good.
Great. Next, his name was Round Robin. He actually wrote Rockin' Robin.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's the guy I was talking about that tour with Dick Clark. Anyway, him and I are great friends. But here again, he made me music director also. Well, then he decided to make me the guy that does the hiring and firing. But I hardly ever got to have a decision in the firing. He was always making a decision on the firing, but it was like, okay, you got to fire this guy. And I'm like, okay. And of course, it allowed us to have a good reputation because I can say, okay, really, why do you want to fire? Let me see if I can fix it. What's bothering you? What's bothering you about the guy? Let me see if I can fix it. Yeah. Sometimes I can fix it. I can go to him and say, hey, you really need to work on this part. You really need to do this. You really need to step up. I don't want to. I never like threaten them, like, because you're about to be canned. I want to do it because they want to do it, not because they're being threatened by something else.
Exactly.
And, so I had to do stuff like that in my early 20s, and it was interesting.
You're doing a lot of tributes. Are you dabbling at all into the original stuff?
Oh yeah, I have original. I mean, you can go on Spotify. I've got with the Graceland Ninja albums up there. I've got five or six albums on Spotify.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. A band I had sort of a electronica, sort of garbage-esque type band in the 2000s called Trip Rock, and we did 4 albums, and they're up there on Spotify.
I am a huge garbage fan.
Actually, it was 2 original albums and then a double remix album.
Nice.
I do a lot of remixing too for people. So,
do you think doing the tributes easier or harder? Tributes, cover bands, easier or harder than doing originals?
God, they're such different animals.
100% different.
Yeah, I mean, if you put them both in a live performance aspect, I guess I'd have to say the original would be a little harder. But other than that, they're just apples and oranges. I mean, that's what all this is for. This one is for live, and these are all for
studio.
Originals. Yeah, and do it studio.
Okay. Nice.
So I mean, it's just different. But so I had that band up there. Then I had another band, Fruitcake Super Bean. They've got a couple albums on Spotify too, and a lot of videos on YouTube.
Nice.
It was a funny band, so quirky band, and we had that. And right now, I've only got one original project going on right now. Well, I say that I have two actually. But a good friend of mine, Brian Miller, the original guitarist from The Cure,
Okay.
who I knew him before that.
Okay.
He and I have just strictly a studio project called Germans.
Okay.
It's a little hard to describe. All the songs are 9 minutes long.
Oh wow!
It's an investment. It's an investment in your time.
Wow.
Actually, we're working on a Christmas song right now that's under 5 minutes. So
under 5.
Yeah.
So if you ever need like a pop punk drummer, please give me a call because I am the master of the 2.5 to 3.5 minute song. I can. I keep it simple.
But careful what you wish for. I'm actually looking for a sub drummer for 3 gigs this month. So.
Ooh, yeah. You know what though? I'm a slow learner. I mean, I can learn anything, but you're like, no, I need you to know it like in an hour.
I love you, but I'm not. I love you, but I'm not. Well, I sort of put it in this thing. I think I put something on DFW Musicians or something.
Oh yeah.
Well, I sort of gone through my arsenal of sub drummers that I knew that they weren't available. I was like, crap, I gotta find some more drummers, So
I know, and you know what? You and I could talk off. I know a ton of drummers that you may not know. Yeah. I would love to introduce you to because they are phenomenal. I'm good at what I do. I'm really good at what I do, but I know these guys are wicked talented, make me look like a beginner. And you might, if you don't know them, we need to connect you because they do a lot of support.
Yeah, because I had to put it, and I don't mean to be, mean, but I was terse, and I was like, I said, you know what? I said, no hand holding, no babysitting.
Bingo.
Show up, do the gig. I'll give you all the tools.
Yep.
I have the arrangements of every song that we do. I have the exact arrangement on a file in Google Drive. Go listen to that, learn that arrangement, show up, play it.
And that's how it has to be for those drummers. You need to know, and musicians. It's and I have very short patience too because when I have a project to do, I take the time, I do my homework, I'm ready to go. When we walk in here, I'm not here to teach you your part. I'm here for us. We should all know our own parts. Now it's get comfortable with everybody else. And I usually learn everybody else's part too before I show up.
Exactly.
So it's because people think we're just drummers. We are actually listening to keyboards, guitars, bass, vocals. I am queuing off everything. So if you're off, if you miss something as a drummer, I promise you, I heard it. I know what's going on. That's my job I pick all those. So it's intricate, but yes, you and I will connect with some folks, connect you with some folks. Out of all the projects you're doing, and I know there is a theme here because you're doing some Madonna, some Bowie, some Cure. You definitely have that 80s kind of new wave. Yeah. Is that your stick? I mean, is that your preferred comfort zone?
What, to play those bands?
Yeah, in that genre. Yeah.
Gosh, I'm really comfortable with anything. I get a little nervous. I love prog rock. I get a little nervous when I play it. But then when I do, it's very satisfying. I didn't really. This wouldn't really classify as prog rock, but I did that Jeff Beck thing a few years ago.
Oh yeah.
And we only did 2 shows, but it was great. But man, rehearsals were freaking intense for this stuff, And I was like, and it was a learning curve that I hadn't experienced in a while. And
isn't that exciting?
Okay. Oh yeah, I loved it. And plus, I loved it. And then you also sort of got to see the inner workings because I was always a Max Milton fan anyway, but I really studied how he played.
Yeah.
So once you start learning his parts, you're going. So it's like, well, I'm not sure what that chord is, but I'm going to just try playing a triad with my right hand and playing the 7th in the bass hand because he does that a lot. Oh, look, it works.
Yeah.
So you do stuff like that. So, I mean, that was a challenge, but God, so much fun. And people still come up to me and say, man, when you guys are going to do this show? Yeah, it's probably not going to happen.
See, those uncomfortable moments, I hate them at that moment in time, but they are wicked blessings of
Oh,
opportunity to learn and add to my quiver. So it's when you're putting those, you're uncomfortable and it's a little stressful. But when you get through the storm and you get to look back on it, you're like, oh, I loved it. You know, I just don't love it while I'm going through it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
But
Lord.
I pretty much have put the kibosh on tribute bands. I mean, as
Yeah.
far as taking on anymore right now.
Yeah.
I like the variants that I've got right now.
Yeah.
So I am going to do maybe I'm doing a lot of one-offs.
Yeah.
Well, in the works, some one-offs in the works, like Paul David, Chris Hoak, and I, and some other people. I can't remember who all is in the band. Anyway, we're that's sort of, but we're putting together a Monkeys band.
Oh.
So for like maybe 2 shows. So
I've got a few of those in the works. There may be
cool. Are they fun though?
I've got a couple that
I think love them. It's like they're not long commitment, and I was like, and that's one thing. Like when people ask me Jeff Beck stuff, I'm like, yeah, it was fun, but you know what? I don't have to do it anymore. I loved it, and so it has this great memory in my mind of always being a bit traumatic, but very exciting and very fresh, you know, and so I love that part of it.
Do you get a lot of offers? Do people go, hey, do you want to do this? Do you get a lot of those?
I do. And I don't mean this. I'm sorry.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Automatically smirk when I'm like, yes. And I don't really mean that. I mean, I am very appreciative when people ask me. I mean, that was my thing with the whole shutdown last year. I was like, God,
I can breathe.
I really could retire right now. And it
hush.
Wouldn't bother everyone but me. Yeah.
Oh, hush, Bobby. You cannot retire yet. Oh, no.
Well, but I did decide. I was like, but I did decide to change my game plan a little bit. I said, you know what? I'm sort of done knocking on doors, looking for gigs, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I think they all know me. I was like, if the phone rings, great. I'll
if not,
if not, I'm fine. Just tinkering around in here.
I'll sit by the pool and drink a Fresca.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's funny. Everyone thinks that I'm in a lot of bands, and I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm in 2 bands.
Yeah.
2. That's all. Now, I get a lot of offers, and I'm flattered. I am absolutely flattered. Yeah. And I turn a lot of people down. There's a couple bands I'm learning their set list because they need a sub. And there's a couple projects that I want to do that are going to be 2, maybe 3 shows a year. Very, very, very sparse special projects. But 2 bands, my show, and by the way, I have a real job, is enough because at 51, I'm thinking probably the next 5, 7, maybe 8 years. I'm not shy about it. You guys all know I've been going to St. Thomas. I'm looking to buy a place down there. I want to open a bar that has acoustic music on the beach somewhere. That is my retirement plan, is to walk away from the rat race. And I watch Cocktail too many times. It was either Cocktail or what was that one with Robin Williams, where he buys the club in Jamaica or someplace and it's a total flop. He's a fire.
Oh yeah, what is that movie? I remember
that. My God, I'll think of it after we get off the air. Yeah, that's probably more what's going to happen with me. Is I'm going to end up with in the middle of a revolution on some island trying to open a bar.
It's a little harder for me because I don't have a day gig. This is all I do. So it's like,
I hate
and
you.
I love what I do. So it's like, so I'm going to retire to do what? Exactly. I don't know what I would do because I love what I do. So to not do it would feel weird.
It's not about retiring. It's about finding a pace of life that is comfortable and just doing your life.
Yeah, and I agree. I think it's exactly what it is because it was like, where you can find other hobbies. Blah, blah, blah. It's like,
this is my hobby.
My avocation is my vocation. It's always been that way. So,
I agree with you, man. It's not about retirement. It's about picking a different pace. You're right. I'm not chasing the fire truck anymore. If the fire truck comes by and stops it, great. If not, I'm not, I'm not running after it anymore. Yeah. And that's awesome, man. God, you inspire me because I know you're just like a year or 2 older than me. And So you're saying there's a chance for me. I can still do this full time. Oh,
know.
it's a
Exactly.
blessing. And I'm glad to hear you say I am not chasing any more projects, because I'm not the only one. You and I, we both have a plethora of friends that are in multiple bands. And I hear, and it's the same conversation. They're like, okay, I'm done. I can't take on any more. My plate is full. There's things that I want to do. I need to scale back. I want quality, not quantity. It's a consistent conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm inspired. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I got to ask you, during COVID, what did you learn about yourself? And like, I found out that I love ding dongs, and that when they run out at the store, I have a meltdown at the house. Did you find out anything about yourself?
Really?
You're like, nothing I can say on air.
No, you hear about the things, that, relationships faltering or getting stronger. And I guess as far as that goes, me and my girlfriend's relationship got stronger,
Nice.
So yeah, we don't, it worked out great.
That's good. And I
we
think
realized that we, we're probably perfect for each other, and that we both need to have our own residences. So it
not
works
bad. So my wife and I, we were on vacation. We just took our son to St. Thomas recently for his 21st. And there were 2 beds. And I told her, I said, when we come back here, let's do this again, get two queens. She goes, why? I said, so we can Ricky and Lucy it. You can have your bed. I can have my bed, because we have a giant king size bed, but we have 2 dogs that think that, we are lucky they let us sleep in the bed with them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like humans, you should sleep on the floor. We get the bed. So when you go on vacation, it's like, whoa. I'm not being kicked in the ribs or in the face all night. This is awesome. So I told her, I'm like, we should just get a room with 2 queens, and that we Ricky and Lucy it, which I will tell you, I was always fascinated. Like, why do they sleep in different beds when I was a kid? Now I get it. It's like, okay, really? I can flop around. Nobody kicks me.
Yeah.
I'll let you know in another episode how that works out.
Oh yeah. Let me know. Let's see, like all my girlfriend has the equivalent of all these keyboards as far as contractions she puts on her head to not hear the door. So it's like, there's antenna, and there's wires.
Oh my Lord!
Lights that beep that blink all night.
Okay, I'm about to get the crap slapped out of me. Have I met your girlfriend?
What?
Have I met your girlfriend?
No.
Okay.
We like to. Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, I figured you're gonna smack the crap out of me. Like, yes.
We had the same hours.
Okay.
She manages another bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? It would have been so good for you to go, yeah, don't you remember? And I would have been like, no. You could have jacked with me so good right then.
She's actually taking a night off to come here to Murder Hornets July 2nd. So if you come out July 2nd to Lee Harvey's, I'll introduce you.
Okay, good. And I got to tell you, the Murder Hornets, for those of you, I got to see you guys at the Barley House. That was
you saw our debut. It was awesome.
Oh, that was your debut. I thought that was your second show.
I'm so happy you were there. It's like,
okay.
Oh my God.
I see. I thought I had missed your first show.
My debut.
I'm going to tell you, folks, the Murder Hornets rock. It's a cover band, but oh my God, I was blown away because you're playing songs that Amy and I love. Like, and I've got a cover band that I'm working on right now, and it's called Valley Girl. It's all guys called Valley Girl.
Oh, cool.
And if it gives you any indication what kind of music it is, you'll love it. And to see you guys play some of the songs, I was just like, oh, hell yeah. I was, Amy and I were happy. Of course, we're always excited to come see you play. But the Murder Hornets, if you've not checked them out, I'm sorry, I'm going to give you a plug. Go see the Murder Hornets. You have an all-star lineup of musicians that absolutely rock your face off. It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal.
I literally just, John and I put that band together.
Yes.
And we were just like, he's like, and he said, well, what are we going to do? I said, do you know what we're going to do? What we want to do? Well, what about, it's like, well, can we book it? I went,
oh, yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
went, I said, trust me, we haven't. You and I haven't played. We played together for like 10 years, and we haven't played together for the last 10.
Yeah.
But I know we haven't played together in a while, but
you guys got star power.
I know people. Yeah, I said we got star power, and ironically, people actually listen to me now. So
they still don't listen to me. They're like, "Oh, Rick's." Are you kidding me?
I'm surprised they listen to me.
You know what? People are like, "Where's the ball gag you were talking about, Rick? You need to shut up. We got duct tape or something." It's
Hey, Rick.
Yes, sir.
Time.
Oh,
I'll
Mr.
edit it. I'll edit it. Sorry. But you weren't giving me a breaking point.
Okay.
Because Shane is on. He's there with us.
Okay. We'll finish up really quick.
Yeah, but I'll edit this part. I'll do some murder hornet pictures and fade into this. Okay.
Awesome.
And Shane, you can hear us, right? Okay, we can't hear you. I can see you.
Okay.
And so they're going to wrap up now. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
Bobby,
That's okay.
But Rick could have talked for another hour.
Oh,
so
Bobby and I could go forever. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Take a 2 count once I turn off my mic and mic off.
Oh my Lord, that is so awesome, Bobby. Thank you for being my guest. Will you do this again?
Oh, absolutely.
Would you do it in person?
All right, of course. I was going to be in person this time. So,
oh my Lord, we'll definitely do this one again. Thank you so much for being my guest. I have a million more questions to ask you, so we'll do it a part 2. Sound fair?
Right. We can do that.
And thank you all for tuning in again. Another week of you're not getting this time back. Yeah, sorry. And your therapist, not. I'm ignoring him. His number's been blocked. If you're a first-time viewer to the show, please go to Facebook, like us. If you're in a band, like us, share your stuff there. We do the concert calendar every week now, where I announce bands. Please send it to me. I'm happy to announce it. We'll put it on our concert calendar as well. If you're looking for a way to follow us outside, though, you can follow us on iHeartRadio. You can follow us on Spotify. We do have an Instagram and Twitter account, which I am horrible at. I'm trying to get better. We have Facebook. We have YouTube. We also have a Roku channel and an Amazon Fire channel. So you can definitely go follow us. You can go to In the Pit with Rick, and you can download an app to your phone so that you can look at the concert calendar, see where things are going on. If you want to catch the show, you can catch the show there as well. It's free, and we're always tweaking it, trying to make it better. That way, if you're a fan, you can find bands, and if you're a band, you can find fans. Oh, that's kind of good. I like the way that rhymes. I'm gonna have to use that. We are like eHarmony for music. We are connecting bands with fans.
Yes.
Oh, that's a t-shirt too. I'm telling you. Oh my Lord. Thank you again for tuning in. Bobby, thank you for being my guest. It has been an absolute pleasure. I am Rick. This is Bobby, and you've been watching In the Pit with Rick. And guess what? We will see you in the pit. Oh my God, Bobby, that was so much fun. I didn't even realize where we were on the time just because.
I didn't either. God, it flew by.
Oh my Lord. And there's Shane.
Hey, Shane.
How's everybody doing?
Oh my Lord, we're doing great. How about you?
I'm feeling great and having a good day today.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Well, I say I'm at work, but
yeah, are you at work?
Yeah, I
work
days a week.
Oh wow, wow.
Clark Kent during the day and Ozzy by night.
Oh, so that's what I do.
Right. Job that I have to do, and I mean, music's a real job too, but.
I think we're all trying to be like Bobby. We're trying to do this full time.
Right.
Bobby, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. And I'll send you a message.
Yeah, stop at that jumping. All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Bobby.
Murder Hornets, awesome.
Oh man, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It was good. It was good.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll
Thanks,
talk
Bobby.
at you.
I'm going to drop you out.
Oh, shame. Let me grab a sip. And we'll dive in. Thank you for coming on. We had talked about this forever. I'm excited. You got to hear a little bit about what like me and Bobby did. And if you've watched the show, you know that this is me. I'm like,
I do have to say though, when you were talking about getting a room with 2 queens, that did not sound right.
Oh my God. Does anything I say ever sound right? I mean, let's be honest. So I'm gonna let you know you and Walter are getting monster props. This weekend on Friday night, Basket Case, my Green Day tribute, we opened for Back in Black at Fat Daddy's.
Awesome.
Mark Moss, the guitarist singer for Green Dazed, sat in with us. I was so inspired about your response for Walter last year when his wife got sick and you jumped in.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate show of camaraderie that this scene needs. So when I had
when I walked in, I told Burke, I was like, "Hey man, where do you want me to put my stuff?" And he was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Walter hasn't called you?" Oh, I was like, "Walter ain't gonna be here tonight. I'm singing," and it was hilarious. We made it happen.
But that is it. That is it. People, I don't own the music. You don't own the music. We are paying tribute to bands we love. And if we are real honest and not just full of shit, that's what we're supposed to do is show support to each other. And I took the lead from you guys. I did invite Mark. Mark sat in. Mark had such a great time. I said, if your band Green Days ever needs a drummer, name one other drummer in the scene that could pull off a Trey Cool now. Give me a call. Right. I got your back. And so you've inspired me.
Thank you. I've had Walter up on stage with us a couple of times.
That is awesome. You guys are setting the standard that all of us should live by. And I am more than happy to jump on your bandwagon. And I'm going to promote you guys because that's what I want to see more musicians do.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be this bumping heads competition. This should be
that's 80s stuff. That's when bands were against each other.
No, we're old guys now. I'm not shy. I'm 51. I'll be 52 this year. That crap.
5 in March.
Oh, we're puppies.
Started.
I'd like to think so. Although sometimes my body doesn't feel that way. I feel like I've been run over by a freight train. And Mr. Rose, are you still there? Before we jump in, because we're going to start here in just a couple.
Yes, I'm here. And then we're duplexing, I think, because Shane is on speaker. And so it's duplexing. And so you have to kind of make sure you guys aren't talking at the same time.
Okay.
Because it's going to cut Shane out.
Okay. I caught that too. And I just wanted to address it before we dove in. So I'll make sure that we don't talk over each other. That I'll let him finish so it doesn't duplex because I heard it a couple times.
Yeah, that's just for both of you, so you both know what's going to go on. And are you going to run and get something? Did you say you're going to take a break?
No. I just need to take a sip.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Susan, grab me a soda.
You're like, yes, I need a soda before we start. And it's funny because I was going to grab a cream soda before I interviewed Bobby. And so it's funny. I have wanted to interview both of you guys.
We individually for a couple of years.
And Bobby and I have talked forever. And finally, this week, Bobby reached out to me. He's like, okay, finally, I feel I'm done blowing you off. Let's get together. And I'm like, oh. And it was funny because you had been on my list of people that I needed to get in because we're always recording out. We've got multiple recordings, done. And I told Mr. Rose, I'm excited. I've got two folks that I've wanted to interview forever on this weekend. So I'm excited. This will be a fun one. We're going to talk about, obviously, doing some Ozzy. Anything else you got? Any original stuff going on?
Yeah, my Heirs of Salvation band.
Okay, I definitely want to touch on because I'm having a hard time getting the originals on the show.
That my band is. Don't broadcast it. That they're more important to me than my Blizzard band. It's a Christian band. We do it all for the Lord, and that's
awesome.
Where
Dwayne has his 7 days to Sunday.
Yes.
And I don't know if you've seen Dwayne's band, and they're on and off again. Phenomenal musicians. Phenomenal.
Yeah, I've seen them like one or two times, and but those guys are awesome musicians.
That's awesome. That's greatness. I'm excited. And so we're going to talk a little bit of your originals. We'll talk about your Ozzy stuff, a little bit about the family, and just Oh, wait.
No, I just put that up there so we can.
I'm going to let you do the drop stuff because I always mess it up. So I'm going to let you.
No, you don't. You don't mess it up. No,
I'll shut up.
No. Can you see that, Shane?
Yes, it says In the pit with Rick.
Basically, we're going to have you record 2 drops for the show. One is going to be video, one is going to be audio. The first one, all you're going to say is, hello, this is Shame, and you are watching In the Pit with Rick. Very simple. You don't have to talk about your band names. You can just keep it simple. Okay.
Okay.
Then the next one is an audio one that we won't see your face, and it'll just say, hello, the same thing. Hello, this is Shame, and you are listening to In the Pit with Rick podcast.
Okay.
So we'll do one at a time. We'll do the video one first, and then we'll do the audio one.
Okay.
Did I do good, Mr. Rose, explaining that?
Excellently.
Thank you very much. Can I get a hero cookie or a sticker or something?
We'll get you a box of ding dongs. I'm turning off his mic. Okay, Shane, I'm bringing you up. And then you're going to do your thing just in your head, take a 2 count when I turn off my mic, and then basically ad lib what Rick had mentioned to you. Do you need to say it again?
No.
Okay, here we go. I'm turning off my mic.
Hey, this is Shame. You are in the pit with Rick.
I saw Rick's hands go up. Was that a thumbs up?
I liked it. I loved it.
I'm good too. I thought it was fine.
Yep.
Okay, Shame, now do the same type thing, but it's you're listening to the In the Pit with Rick podcast.
Are you going to pull that up for him?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah, but you can see it while you're doing it. The bottom one, can you see that?
Uh-huh.
You know what, Shane? Can you do the first one again? But say your original name, the band name. This is Shane with your original band, and you're in the pit with Rick. So we can put some pub on that too.
Okay.
All right, let me do that again. Okay, Rick.
This is Shame with Blizzard of Oz and Heirs of Salvation with my buddy Rick. You're in the pit with Rick.
He's giggling. I think he likes it. Hold on.
Yeah. That was good. You stuttered for a second there, and I was like,
I did.
Hey, do you want to do it one more time? And just say you're watching In the Pit with Rick.
Okay, gotcha.
Do your thing, and then just go, you're watching In the Pit with Rick.
Gotcha.
Okay. And my mic is off. 2 count in your head.
Hey, this is Shame from Blizzard of Oz and Heirs of Salvation. You are watching In the Pit with Rick.
That's a winner.
Score. Home run.
That is a
I
win
love
there.
it. That was
Okay.
awesome.
And then we do the podcast one, and just quick. You don't have
You
to.
can let him read this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what did I do that for? Sorry. I'm freaking out. Okay. Yeah. The bottom one.
Gotcha.
And you can or can, whatever. You don't have to put the bands in if you want the bands in, however you want to do it. But you're listening to the In the Pit with Rick podcast.
Gotcha.
All right. And 2 count and go.
This is Shame with Blizzard of Oz and Heirs of Salvation. You are listening to In the Pit with Rick podcast.
Score.
Yeah.
Score. That was awesome, Shane. That was awesome.
Wonderful.
It's very, he goes 2 count, and I'm like, 2.
Yeah.
And you instantly were like right on the money.
That's the drummer in him. He always has to control the beat.
I'm like, he must be watching me.
Okay, where are we at? When are you going to start at 5 or?
Yeah, I'll start at 105. Okay. Ignore the live thing. We are recording live, but it's a closed live, just all of us.
Right.
The public doesn't get to see it. We go back and do a post edit later, but we use it also as a counter because I get lost, and if I don't pay attention.
I'm here with you, Rick.
So he's going to bring me up full screen. I'm going to do my intro, and then he's going to do split screen with us, and we'll dive in. We basically, you've seen my show. We're just going to yap and see where the cookie crumbs fall. And
Madness.
we're just going to hang out. We'll chat for about 30 minutes or so. And then we'll cut you loose, and you can go enjoy your day. And I'm going to go do Father Day stuff.
I'll go back to work.
And Rick, as at the end to
Uh-huh.
give you a cue, instead of me coming in talking, I'll bring you full screen. When you see yourself full screen, that means you start doing your wind down anytime after that.
Gotcha.
Okay, and then I will
So wait,
break in.
you're only going to bring me full screen near the end, like this,
Right.
now
Yeah.
and at the end, and then
At the
I'll know.
very end.
Perfect.
That'll be
That's
your
all I need.
segment.
Perfect.
Okay, and I'm taking you back to the group shot. And are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready. Hold on.
It's time. I'm ready.
All right, I'm out.
Hello, rock stars. Welcome to In the Pit, and I am your host, Rick. This week, I've got a guest that I am super excited for. This is the alter ego of the Lord of Darkness. This is Mr. Shane from Blizzard of Oz. Actually, I can't even say that because even though it's Ozzy, you have so much other stuff going on, which cracks me up.
I'm like you. I have a day job as well, and
which is funny. Okay, and I gotta ask because we're gonna dive into this. You do an awesome tribute to Ozzy Osbourne called Blizzard of Oz, correct?
absolutely.
And then you have a Christian rock band, correct?
Heirs of Salvation.
Heirs of Salvation. Do you ever have to go to church and be like, okay, Father, please forgive me because I I have sinned. I have Blizzard of Oz.
People calling me a hypocrite all the time. Tell them I'm in a Christian band, and I'm like, man, listen to most of what Ozzy sings about. I mean, he's not really saying, "Hey, I worship the devil and I'm gonna kill cats on stage or eat bats." You know.
Wait, so
back in the day, you know, when they started out, they were like, "Hey, let's write scary music." That's how that started.
So can we blame Ozzy for the coronavirus since he was biting bats' heads off?
I won't, deny it.
Was he actually in China at that time?
Yeah, that's how.
Oh my Lord! Shame. I'm excited that we get to chat because we have talked about it.
We talk about this all the time. This is awesome.
And this is fun because I will never hit everything. And again, folks, we're still somewhat pandemic. We're going to start doing these things live, which I'll have him out soon, where we can be one on like next to each other, which is what I miss.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, that's when it really goes off the rails.
So cool.
So let's talk about let's start with the tribute thing, which everybody for those of you watching us from Europe or South America or New Zealand or all over the U.S. We are here in Dallas Fort Worth. For those of you that have followed us for a while, and we have an incredible music scene, a lot of which is tributes and cover bands. We do have a great original music scene as well. Shane does an incredible Ozzy in a tribute band called Blizzard of Oz. Tell us a little bit of how you got into it, how you got started, because the first time I saw you, I got to tell you, I think it was at House of Blues. I actually was like, dude, that guy looks like Ozzy. It was before I knew you were in a tribute. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. How did you dive into this?
It's crazy, Rick. I was in an all, cover tune band called 9 Miles High, and we broke up, and I got in this idea that I was going to get a tribute band. So I tried to start a tribute band, and I actually got a hold of Chris, the guitar player from Blizzard of Oz. They already had Blizzard of Oz with another singer. This was 18 years ago. Oh my God, that's so dating our band. Wow. Yeah. I invited him up, and the bass player that I got to come up, we all met. The bass player didn't know any songs. So Chris packed up his stuff and walked out. And about a month later, I get a call. Hey, this is Chris from Blizzard of Oz. We have a full band. Come, audition for us. And I'm thinking, audition for y'all? Y'all are auditioning for me. That's funny. I say that. I'm Ozzy, and I'm the low dude on the totem pole of the band.
That's how it works.
The lowest head on the totem pole. But I've kept this band alive. When the band fell apart, I got subs and I kept the band going. I made it happen. We were doing House of Blues everywhere, and hopefully we will be back at the HOB here real soon. Hopefully they open up full. I miss that place.
I just was there for Back in Black, Metal Shop, and Cherry Bomb. And I will tell you, it was great. Not just to be...
Imagine.
just to be in the main room. But me being Rick, I weaseled my way backstage, and it was it was awesome. Like to be backstage at House of Blues again, and I was like, oh. It was greatness. I'm excited.
I do. I love that place.
Do you know that that's the one stage I've played it with Rebel Yell, but I've never played it with Basket Case. I've never put my Green Day tribute on that stage.
Oh, it's got to happen then.
I'm hoping. I'm putting it out there into the universe. Maybe it'll happen this year.
It's got to.
So and Blizzard, you guys doing the Aussie thing. You guys literally, and you've been around for a couple minutes. You're doing the full spectrum, not like just early or later Ozzy. You're doing his whole catalog, correct?
We do, the old Black Sabbath, because that's where my Ozzy-ness comes from. I am an old Black Sabbath freak from album 1. I was I think 13 or 14 years old, and one of my sister's friends, they were older than me, and they're all smoking weed and stuff, and I'm like guitar and stuff, and one of her friends comes in and says, "Hey, dude, you ever heard of Black Sabbath?" And oh, what the hell is Black Sabbath? He bought me, or didn't buy me, he gave me his album, the double album, We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll. And so I'm instantly, oh, this is awesome. This is darkness. And I was enticed by it, And first, I listened to the second album first. The song The Wizard, blew me away. I was like, harmonica in heavy metal. This is beautiful. Greatness. And so I've just been a Black Sabbath fan, and so I like wearing the fringe, and all that kind of stuff. And I don't. It's not that I don't like new Ozzy and stuff. I just don't want to be that old dude. I want is that young, vibrant, running across the stage and stuff, and being the wild man.
I was scared of Ozzy. I'm not going to lie. I did not listen to his music early on because he scared me. And I remember the first time I heard Crazy Train, I was like, this song is awesome. And then I found out who it was. And I was like, oh, wait, he's not scary.
Came out. I remember I was listening to KZEW, old radio station here in Dallas. And they used to have this thing called Zoo World. And, they would have bands. I saw Night Ranger, so many bands at Zoo World. Anyway, they were giving away these little 45 copies, but they weren't 45s. They were just small 33s of Crazy Train on one side and Suicide Solution on the other. Me and my buddies, we grabbed like 10 of them each, And
do you still have any?
I have one, and it's probably worth $1 million. There's no telling. Somebody that collects stuff would want that, but I want.
You know who would want it is John Humphreys from Seether. He does he lives up in Oklahoma City, and he does a Sunday radio show with vinyl, just records. And if you ever decide you're going to get rid of it or you want to show it to, I'll connect you to, because oh my Lord, he's got an incredible vinyl show he does.
He would love that.
Oh my Lord.
Absolutely.
We'll talk off air about that. Oh
Have you
my
ever
God.
Done vinyl before?
Oh, my wife and I have a bunch of vinyl. In fact, my number one all-time favorite band, Smashing Pumpkins, and I'm a Jimmy Chamberlain drummer. That's like huge fan. One of my top 3. And I actually have still in the vinyl Siamese Dream.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Dude.
My first band was a goth band in 1990 called Faith and Disease. And we actually put out a couple 7-inch singles. So I actually am on I've got a couple records too that I'm like.
I did 145 with a band called Max. I was like 18, I think. And that was a crazy band.
And it's funny because for those of you that are young, you're going to be like, wow, what's a 7-inch? It's a 45, 7-inch single, same thing. And you're going to be like, is that like an 8-track? Shut up.
Shut
up. And for us, if you got a 7-inch single, you got a 45, okay, you actually had your music on a record, it was like, oh my Lord.
Yeah. Gold.
And I actually need to get mine framed and stick them on the wall with all my CDs. And we were proud when we put out CDs, because I remember putting out tapes. We actually had to send off and get tapes made, which again, you guys are gonna be like, is that like an 8-track? Shut up. But that's what we did back in the early days. It wasn't just released digitally. We recorded stuff, and you had to get demos made. Imagine that. You actually had to get a demo made. And then you sent out your record or your cassette to radio stations before we did CDs, or to again, record labels, radio stations trying to get played, trying to get a record deal, trying to just somebody to give you a little bit of attention.
We were marching into radio stations, handing our stuff out. I've been in so many bands, Rick, all my life. I made some music with this band called Armageddon when I was like 17, and some of the best music that I've ever done. It's on a cassette somewhere in a box at my house. I haven't heard it in years. I don't even have a cassette player. So,
neither. Yeah, whoa. I do. It's up in the attic. It's not hooked up, but we do have it.
Well, I think those little black ones, that you used to see in grade school. Yeah, I think
I want one of those. I will do you one better. We would, when I went in the recording studio for the first time, we actually recorded on 2-inch tape.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that was industry standard. You were like, yeah, we're in the big time. We're recording now. You guys record, all of us record digitally, and it's you can have 1 million freaking tracks if you want. But back in the day,
I'm the king of stacking tracks.
See, back in the day, we had to do this old school. Like, there was no, we'll just cut and paste the drum beat. You had to know your drums.
Yeah.
You
knew to sing exactly how you sang the first time, unless you were doing a harmony or whatever. And
you could punch in and out, and literally it would be playing, and the engineer would hit the record and hit it out again, like right on to punch in and out. It wasn't this just cut and paste crap.
I love being in the studio. I think I like record more than I like to play live. I mean, like the love that I get at live shows, but man, just the feeling of writing your own music and recording your own music, being your own producer. I mean, I've had producers that produced our music, and I had called The Shrine. We put out 2 CDs, and we thought we were rock stars. We were going to make it, and somebody slept with somebody else's wife, and sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and that.
So you're saying there's a chance?
That's everybody's go-to.
You say there's a. I remember one of my bands. We had Larry Harris, who he was signing us. He used to own Casablanca Record. He actually signed Kiss, and he signed Rod Stewart, and he was our manager for my band Quickie. And at the time, we were called Blah, because when we were trying to come up with a band name, it was like, what should we call the band? And one of us was like, Blah, and it stuck. And
I like.
We're very pop punk, very 90s, Seattle. And I used to hear the whole payola stories on how, like back in the day, like when they were getting Kiss off the ground, and I remember he came to Seattle, and we played this club for the A&R guys for MCA Records. It was Gasoline Alley. And for those of you that know the music, we were like, yes, Gasoline Alley. And the stories, sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Man, that is so awesome that you've been around too.
Yes, I've been doing music for 30 years, and all of us, be it cover bands, tribute bands, original bands, we've all got pedigree, we've all got history. You didn't just wake up one morning and it's like a chia pet, poof, you're. We put in a lot of time, and even the young ones that are coming up now, they're putting in their time. I will tell you somebody who I recently interviewed, and his interview was this week, Griffin Tucker. I've watched him now for a couple years, and he's putting in, he's cutting his teeth, and same thing. It takes time. This doesn't happen over.
No.
Yeah. And I'm always amazed when you hear people go, oh yeah, they're an overnight sensation. a 10-year overnight sensation or a 15-year overnight sensation.
You are exactly right.
I mean,
It's at least 35, 40 years. Like I'm 55. I'm a little bit older than you, but
now, yeah, like a minute. I mean, come on. You don't have to treat me like the little stepchild. I can come to the big boy table now. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and we go back a little bit. You are a Green Day fan.
absolutely. I was gonna audition for you, and I just have so much on my plate. I'm talking with the other guy you were just from Murder Hornets.
Oh, Bobby.
But it's Bobby, and I got sidetracked.
And it's funny, I bring that up for a reason, because I remember, and we had already met, and one of the guys was like, Shane wants to audition. I'm like, wait, we're talking Blizzard? Shane wants to audition. He likes Green Day?
And I love Green Day. I love that guy's voice is awesome.
Oh,
Holiday. I love all those songs.
it's so much fun. I will tell you, it's tough because there's a delineation between the older, slightly older, and I consider myself older, but folks that grew up on the Quiet Riot, the back, the AC/DC, the Ozzy, the Black Sabbath, the Zeppelin. I grew up on it too, but I was just on the cusp of it where I also was like, I was into like the Police, the Cars, that kind of, you know what I mean? I remember getting Mental Health from Quiet Riot and, Def Leppard and that kind of stuff. But then I was just on the cusp, and I made that change over, to Men at Work and, Aha.
It's funny you mentioned the Police and Cars. I was a Cars fan. I liked them. I wasn't, in love with them, but I liked them better than I liked the Police. I wasn't a fan, but they came to concert together. It was the Police and the Cars opened up for them.
Yeah.
So I'm there. I got me a Cars t-shirt, and I'm thinking, well, I'm going to stick around and listen to songs of the Police. And I was just bored. This was 3 dudes that were just killing it, and you can call Sting whatever you want, man. That dude's an awesome musician, an awesome vocalist. I was totally impressed.
And the funny thing is, they were so far ahead of their time. If you change the name, put the same music out today, it would still be cutting edge. And that's, maybe I'm old because I
agree with you, but
yeah, they are just like Walking on the Moon, Message in a Bottle. Everything she does is magic. I mean, there's a plethora.
Always like one of my favorites because it was, driving and oh God, I'm into it. Absolutely. That name Stuart Copeland, right?
Yes. Oh,
yes.
I love Stuart.
Dude, I freaked out. It was like Neil Peart. He's one of the top drummers for sure.
Everybody, and of course, everybody always goes, "What are your top 3 drummers?" Trey Cole, Jimmy Chamberlain, Stuart Copeland. And they're like, not John Bonham. I love the guy. You're asking me personally, my top 3 favorite drummers: Stuart Copeland, Jimmy Chamberlain, Trey Cole. And I happen to get to play one of the 3 in my tribute. But those are my influences. Like, if I could pick drummers how I want to play, those 3. I've got one of the 3.
I always put Neil Peart up there as one of the best.
Neil Peart.
Alan White from Yes.
Another great one.
Great drummer. I'm a big Yes fan.
I saw the reunion tour where they came out and they had everybody, and oh my God, that was 90 something,
98, something like that. But I don't mean to interrupt you, but I was at that concert, and when Steve Howe came out, he was pushing a steel guitar thing,
okay.
A flat, I thought he was on a fucking walker. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
I thought he was on a walker.
You mean steel guitar like Jeff Healey played the flat one?
Yeah, like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on a stand, and he was pushing it out there, and I just broke down laughing. Hysterical.
I'm going to hell because I would have laughed too.
Yeah. But well, my guitar player's like, dude, that's a guitar. I was like, oh.
Okay, I gotta ask. Everybody knows I do in the pit. Growing up, we went to concerts. The cheapest seats we could afford were the general admission in the pit. Same.
Oh yeah. Yes.
And now they're the most expensive. And I'd like to start a petition with Ticketmaster to bring back make general admission should be the cheapest damn tickets. I should have to suffer to see my music.
Yes, exactly. Being front row and being in a pit is crucial and
it was a rite of passage.
Yeah, I could people stomping around, and I was like, man, I'm gonna get in there and try that. And I did it a couple, maybe one time.
I lived in the pit, and it's funny because I'm the jerk who, when I'll show up late, I know my friends are up at the front, even if they're not, and they're in the back. And I'm still like, my friends are right up here. And I just push my way all the way to the front.
Well, as tickets, started getting more, at Reunion Arena, when, me and my buddies, we'd have it planned. As soon as the lights went out, we jumped over the wall, from the lower balcony down to the floor and hit front row. We'd be front row. And my buddy, he hopped over the balcony one night, and we had been on, never mind, I won't say.
Yeah, that's another story.
We jumped over the wall. I took off running, and a security guard got him, threw him out. Wouldn't let him go back to his seat, threw him out, and he had to wait for me because I drove.
I will not confirm or deny that on a number of occasions, somebody that looked like me that I might know has done that.
Yeah.
Oh.
We were at Ozzy Osbourne. It was the Diary of a Madman tour. I was front row. I was from here to you looking at Randy Rhoads. And it was awesome. It was beautiful.
I had a good friend of mine who worked security at the Paramount Theater in Seattle. And he stuck me in the back door so I could go watch the Psych Furs, and literally was like, I was like right there. And then afterwards, I was hanging out in the seats in the theater, and the Psych Furs came out, and me and my buddy, because we snuck in, we didn't have tickets. We're sitting like 3 seats away from them, and we said hi a couple times, just casual chit chat, and then we just sat there, kind of like that's the Psych Furs.
I got a rock story for you. I was out one night in Deep Ellum. It was late, and I wandered into On the Rocks. This was the original On the Rocks back in the day, and I'm sitting at the bar. I look over. Blackie Lawless is sitting next to me. No lie.
Wow.
Scouts honor. No, I don't want to say Scouts honor because those dudes are pedophiles.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say we're going down a dark path here.
No, but anyway, Blackie's sitting right there beside me, and he goes, "Man, buy me a drink, dude." And I was like, "Buy you a drink? You're Blackie Lawless. Buy me a drink." He goes, "Rock and roll don't make you rich." And I was like, "Oh, I already know that."
Oh my! I remember meeting Lemmy, and I had met Ron Jeremy, the Hedgehog. We were at the Rainbow, and it's funny because he was sitting at the bar at the Rainbow, playing video. I think it was like video poker or some video gambling game. And people were buying him drinks. He wasn't buying his own drinks. And they were talking Lemmy, Motorhead. I was like, oh, he's a rock star.
Yeah. Lemmy. I saw Motorhead at Bomb Factory over in Development. That was an up front show. Motorhead, Days of the New was there.
Oh wow!
Huge Days of the New fan. I love that band.
Wow. So I know I'm watching the clock going, okay, we're getting short of time. I want to talk about your original band. And we will talk rock star stories all day long because I love it. There's so many that I've met, so many that other folks have met. But I want to hear about your original music if I'm allowed to change pace.
My band, we're called Heirs of Salvation. We're a 3-piece. I play guitar. I do all the lead vocals. I play the piano. And I write all of the music, write all the guitar and piano, and I just let my
So
drummer.
wait, you're not just a singer. You actually know how to play that thing that you're holding?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're like, Rick, you're a jerk.
Not at all. But
And you
uh, I started this band. God, this is a crazy story, Rick, and it's gonna take me a second, but
that's okay.
dig it. We had a friend of ours from my very first band when I was a little kid. We were called Stomp, and the guitar player got messed up on dope, and we were having an intervention, our old band, so that we could get him off the dope. Well, it didn't work. He went off the deep end, and the bass player and the drummer and I decided, well, let's mess around, see what we can do. I'll play guitar because I was just going to sing. And so I started playing guitar and showing them some songs that I had written, and they're like, let's do this. And then next thing you know, we've got 10, 15 songs. We're playing some shows, and our bass player, he got off on his deal and went south, and the drummer got rich and became a millionaire, and he went off the deep end. He died, I guess, like 3 or 4 years back, maybe 5 years back, and it was horrible. But being the musician that I am and believing in the word and the music that I'm writing, I got me. The guy's name is Vlad Balta Batla, and what he says, and we got a new drummer. His name is Antonio Garza, and he has played around town. He's subbed for a lot of the bands around, the tribute bands around town.
Yeah.
He was looking for a tribute band and wasn't having any success, and he found us. He was like, "Man, I love the grooves you're doing. Check us out on if you haven't heard any of my music. We're on ReverbNation.com/Heirs of Salvation.
Okay, we'll put that on there.
Yeah, it's awesome music. You'll love it. It's got metal. It's got I don't know what to call it. Some of the music I write is crazy.
And now you told me what you said is it's a Christian rock band.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, if you never tell anybody, they would never know.
No, it's secular sounding.
And that's, I think that's how it should be. Like you shouldn't have to say, oh, it's Christian rock. You should just be able to play. And if you're preaching the word, whether you believe in the Lord or you don't, it's music, and it's great music.
I don't thump the Bible in anybody. No. I'm just singing my I don't get out there and say, hey, you're going to hell. I just say, hey, this is this song, check it out. And
that's my point is I don't want people to judge, go, oh, it's Christian. Stop. Go listen to good music.
We still get judged all the time. Certain bars won't book us. Oh, you're a Christian band. My bands, they're like, let's take that label off of us. And I said, man, if you're embarrassed of the Lord, he's embarrassed of you, and you can't do that. And, I'm in a Blizzard of Oz band. I'm in an Ozzy tribute band.
I know.
Doing Christian music, but there's no, what am I trying to say? I know.
I just think it's funny. You do Ozzy, and then you have a Christian rock band. I think it's brilliant.
I just I do so many things. I should be dead by now, Rick. I've lived a crazy life.
Yo, wait a second. We in our younger years, I think all of us have dabbled. I may have been guilty of passing out on Sunset Strip, and yeah, yeah. I may have done some idiot things. Don't knock it till you try it, man. It's phenomenal.
I love California. I do.
Oh my! We used to stay in this Hotel 6, and we called it a crack hotel right there off Hollywood Boulevard. And oh my God, because it's what the label put us up. And yeah, you could get in trouble. It didn't matter where you were in Hollywood, Melrose. We always got back to the crack hotel, and we've seen some. You see some crap that you can't unsee. I've run into some cool rock stars though, and they're just like normal you and me kind of people. When you run into them, and you're just like, you just gotta go. I met Scott Weiland actually on Hollywood Boulevard, at a Starbucks, and he was standing in front of me in line. Didn't even realize it was him. Just like a normal guy.
I was walking down Hollywood Boulevard. Me and my buddy were there doing work. We weren't there doing music. We were working in California. And I'm going down Hollywood Boulevard. Got these people come towards it. It's Ozzy Osbourne. And I'm like, yeah, I'm Ozzy Osbourne. Man, can we get a picture with you?
$10.
Yeah, I'm Ozzy Osbourne. They're like, yeah, you are. I'm like, okay, I am. Okay.
It just went up to 20.
It just went up to never once charged for a picture. So
Yeah, I don't agree with that either. It's come on, take a picture.
please.
Rock stars are making their money off the albums, their performance, their publishing. Charge for an autograph or a picture for a fan who's going to buy your album to help keeping you in that nice luxury double wide.
Picture with me, or I'm going to download music illegally.
Yeah, we don't even want to get into the whole Napster days. Ooh. And now everything's free. And what's funny is, do you remember when Radiohead gave their whole album away for free?
Yes, I do remember that. Yes.
I thought that was brilliant. And now look at bands. I mean, they're basically giving it all away. So it's
the music scene has changed so much, Rick.
Oh,
from 20 years ago.
10 years ago. Come on.
Well,
who would have guessed?
And you want to, if you want to get down to it, from a year ago because of the COVID.
Okay. Let me ask this question. What is the one thing it's a two-part question. What is the one thing you learned about yourself during COVID? And some of it can be good, some of it can be bad. And what did you learn about the music biz as the dynamics changed and how you're going to go forward doing music?
I mean, what I learned really about myself was that I can stay up and work for days and days on end. And I put in like 8 hours at my job for a week. And,
wow.
But that was during COVID, and when that works here, they have a full staff, but they're all salespeople and they're not here in this building.
Yeah.
Giant building. This building I'm in. It used to be the Brook Mays, the original Brook Mays in Dallas.
Okay.
Anyway, but as for the music business, man, COVID crushed us. It crushed, the tribute scene for real. Original bands have always gotten crushed, and it's horrible. We don't get the credit we deserve.
Not at all. And I will tell you, I have begged for 3 years. We just hit our 3-year anniversary for this show. And I have been bugging originals, and I will continue to bug originals. Please, I was an original artist. I know what it's like. It's a blessing to now be in a tribute band, not doing originals. I am going to dabble back in the originals. I actually have some stuff that's being written and I'm working on. Original bands, I'm going to tell you again for the millionth time. You're always welcome. Contact me. I'll have you on here because being an original band is brutal. Nobody knows your music. You're having to sell them on it. You need all the help you can get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tributes, we're lucky. And I am very blessed. I'm in two pretty, I think, cool tributes, doing Billy Idol and doing Green Day. And it's an easy sell because they're hits. Everyone knows the music already. Originals don't. But yet there's still some phenomenal original music out there. And if you can't sell the public on it, you got to ask yourself 2 questions. Number 1, am I really marketing myself? Okay. Number 2, is my music any good? Because we used to write 10, 12 songs just to try to find one good one. So when you put an album 10, 12 songs deep, you've written a ton of music and they're hoping that just one of those songs is a hit.
I've got a million tunes. You've heard the song. I've written a million songs and
yeah.
Days. So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, there's a chance. And I will quote Dave Grohl when he asked, what's it like? How do you become a musician? A musician. He's like, first of all, you pick up an instrument, you sound like crap, and you play it, and then eventually you get together with your friends, and they sound like crap, and you sound like crap, but you play together, and it sounds like crap, till eventually it sounds like some music, and then you go play in front of some people. That's what you do. It's not like I'm going to go audition for this show and I'm going to be a rock star tomorrow. No, you're going to go get kicked in the Jimmy a whole bunch of times and you're going to like every bit of it. and, and people are going to tell you suck. But guess what? You do it because you love rocking out. And eventually somebody goes, oh my God, you're awesome because you got better. I've been turned down and told by so many record labels that we suck just to find one that said, you guys are awesome. And that's how I got a record deal. It's the, we'll take a chance on you. We like you.
And that's how you do it. You just got to push. And like I was saying, in the early days, we walked into radio stations, marched around, and said, hey, they didn't have, guards checking you at the door for guns, and that just didn't happen back then.
We couldn't afford guns back then. If we had money, we're putting out tapes and 7-inch singles.
Yeah, exactly. I was putting out set tapes,
or we were buying Top Ramen and beer.
My share of my ramen noodle days and beer. I would rather have that than and maybe a bag of pot.
Oh, I will tell you, I lived on raw hot dogs, and by the way, they are cooked. You can eat hot dogs cold, uncooked, because they're really already cooked. I've lived off hot dogs and beer.
Well, hot dogs, if you cut them up and put them in the ramen noodles, it's a gourmet meal.
Or you take and crack an egg and stir it in there too, and there's protein.
I never got to do something like that, but
those are the days that, and my wife, we still buy Top Ramen, and she's like, "You still eat it?" I'm like,
"Yeah,
it's a comfort food, and it was good enough when I was 21 and dirt freaking poor, working 3 jobs, barely covering rent, but I always had money for beer and band rent." So. Oh, my Lord. Shane, thank you so much for being my guest finally that we got to chat.
Thank you so much, Rick, for having me in the pit.
Oh, my pleasure. We will do this again. Promise me.
I promise.
The next time we do it, though, I actually want to go to. We're going to start going out into venues and setting up and doing the show. We'll announce some of the recordings, and that way, if y'all want to come watch us record these for future airing, come hang out. There's a couple clubs that we're talking to right now. We're going to start setting them, having a couple guests out. We're going to do this in a live setting at some of the local venues. So if you want to come watch the show, we're going to start putting out some advertisements. We're scheduling now. We'll have you out for one of those. Let's go in.
Absolutely. If you're not doing anything this weekend, Rick, Blizzard of Oz is playing at the Poor Shack in Keller.
Who are you guys playing with?
Rockin'.
Okay.
There's a
yes, I saw it.
John Land plays in that band. He and I go way back.
I'll make sure I announce that on my concert calendar that I do every week. So we'll get that one announced as well. Awesome. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And there's another, 20 minutes, hour of your life that you're not getting back. And I appreciate you letting me suck it out of you like a vampire. If you're new to the show, thank you for tuning in. You can like us on Facebook. You can follow us on Facebook. If you're in a band and you want to promote, please promote to Concert Connection or In the Pit with Rick. That's what I set these pages up for, is to promote. If you're a fan looking for music, go to our page. Please, we want to get people in the audience to rock out with live music. That's the whole goal here, is to support live local music. You can follow us. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify. Obviously, we're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We have an Instagram and a Twitter account, which is supposed to be taken care of. Supposed to be taken care of. And we also have a Roku channel and an Amazon Fire channel. So there's a number of places you can find us. You can also go to inthepitwithrick.com and you can download our app. It's a free app, and you can watch our shows there. You can look at the concert calendar and see who's playing. We're trying our best to iron this out and make it easier for the fans and the bands to get together so we can rock out and have some good times. So that's the whole goal here. So again, thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Rick. Shane, thank you for being my guest this week.
Having me. I hope to be back on here real soon.
We'll have you back on for sure. For sure. Folks, be safe out there. Thank you for tuning in to In the Pit with Rick, and we will see you in the pit.
Love you, brother Rick.
Dude. Thank you. There's a million more things I could ask you about. And
I have to have a sit down, and just have a beer and talk. We could talk all night. I know it.
And people don't, and I tell people I started out in the Seattle scene in '90. That's where I cut my teeth, and a little nobody. We rehearsed next door to Nirvana for a couple years. They had a room with a band called the Posies, and we had Hole, who shared a room with a band called Native on the other side of us. Best Kissers in the World, Mudhoney were up the hall. We had the President's United States up the hall. Like I was a young 21, 22, nothing around all these. And so I watched and I learned and I went to a ton of shows and I just, just did it. And the young generation, they don't get it, man. The best moments are when you are young and dumb trying to figure this out and you're hungry and you just go out there and do it.
I haven't lost that hunger. It came back. I took a break for about 5 years, and
I love it.
I had to get back in.
My first tour, we had a our record label gave us enough money for ground transportation. So we bought a Volkswagen bus. And so we had to pack all our gears, drums, bass, amps, guitar amps, everything, and our suitcases. And all of us had to cram in there. And I never got a seat. So my place was on the floor. And literally, I would sit on the floor, sleep on the floor on this little Volkswagen bus.
Our drummer in Blizzard of Oz, we go in his van, but I don't like to ride in the van because I have to sit in a fucking lawn chair. No safety whatsoever. If we wreck, I'm going to get drums in the back of the.
Yep.
So I take my own.
And I'm going to tell you, though, those were some of the best days, like going to Bozeman, Montana, down to Salt Lake City, over to Denver, down to Phoenix, out to LA, and doing all that, sitting on the floor, sleeping on the floor.
Times.
And then you rock out. And you have a great time, and then you pack your crap back in that, and whoever's the designate, whoever got the next leg gets to drive. We didn't have a driver.
No.
We drove. So you're like, oh, I got to drive after the show. Shit, I can't drink tonight. And maybe had one or two beers.
Much.
Those are the stories. Dude, thank you again. We are definitely going to do this in person, and I will try to get out. And if you ever want to do an Ozzy Green Day thing, you let me know. We will open for you in the blink of an eye.
That would be a great concert, actually. It really would.
I was skeptical whether us opening for Back in Black was going to work. And the guys in Back in Black loved it because they're all Green Day fans. And they're like, it was awesome. So I'm talking to everybody now going, we'll do it.
Yeah, back in the day, when we first, were getting going and stuff, and we started playing House of Blues, I talked with Christy from Even It Up, and I was like, man, this would kind of be a cool combination. And bam.
Yeah.
It was a huge show. It was awesome.
I think that we because I have a very diverse music collection. I think most of the fans do. I know most of my musician friends are very diverse. I think it's okay to throw some of those cross genre shows together and see what happens.
More often, absolutely.
We'll definitely chat. I'm the guy who actually books. Basket Case is my band, so it's you and I will talk. We'll put some stuff together.
Definitely.
I love you, brother. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Rick, and we'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Mr. Rose.
Yeah, I'm here.
Good.
I'm trying to.
Thank you. That is our new cue. That is our unspoken from now on. At the end of the show, when I come up full face, you got me. That was perfect. Perfect segue for me.
Right.
Perfect.
And so we'll go over timings. We need to probably do a call this evening because I'm running too.
Okay.
We need to do a quick call tonight. What time will you be around for? About 30 minutes.
I'll fire you a message. We're going to go over to Smoking Carolyn's we're doing the whole Father's Day thing today since we can't do it next weekend. So I don't.
The weekend after that, or is it next?
It's next weekend, I guess.
Well,
That's what they told me.
It's the 20th.
It's Father's Day. I don't know. I don't pay attention.
I don't either, but I looked at it today because my son, we're going to Atlanta on the Yeah, it's June 20th. This weekend after next.
Well, I guess whatever Father's Day we can't all get together, so we're doing it this weekend.
Yeah, so I got you. No problem. But yeah, send me a text. If I haven't heard from you by 6:30 or 7, I'll text you and we'll arrange a time so we can get on for a few minutes together and start laying some stuff out.
So we had one. We've got now 3.
Yep, we got 3 to go, and
I've
doing
got
every
2 or 3 for next weekend already that I just got to schedule that have committed and already said yes, let's do it. I just got to get them on the schedule and pick which time zone, which slot we're going to do them in.
And I'm doing for this month and possibly just for this month. We're going to go every other week. But
so we got time now with 3.
We're going to do every other week through July. I think will work, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about tonight.
Okay.
And then, but every week you do your thing for
concert still happens. Connection. Calendar still happens every week.
Exactly, every single week. But I think that'll be fine.
Okay.
And we need to come up with I came up with this background that I'm going to.
I love it
all the time.
I love it
for this show, and then we've got the other the In the Pit that I use. I'll be using that too. Did you look at any of the show with what's his name?
Griffin? I've watched bits and pieces of it. But what I saw was great.
Right. It was. He was a good interview.
He was a great interview. I think they're getting, and it's funny because everybody's like, I literally, I don't know if you caught that, had a guy come up to me last night at Gas Monkey from Colorado. He's like, "You're Rick from Concert Connection." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "I watched your show." He goes, I knew the club names that you had told me about. I found the show because I'd heard you say Gas Monkey. And he goes, I didn't expect to see you here. And I was emceeing. And he asked me where the after party was. And I was just like, my pillow. I said, everybody, I said, we're all working musicians. I said, really, people don't go out and have big ragers. It's, we play so much. He goes, that makes sense. I said, we're all working musicians. And so really it's, we're out late enough every night. And I said, this is my 3rd night in a row. He goes, you played? I said, well, yeah, my Billy Idol tribute played Thursday and my Green Day played last night. And tonight I'm emceeing. I said, so it's, and I've got interviews for Concert Connection that I'm doing tomorrow. He's like, oh my God, I can't. And he was giddy. We took a selfie and he was giddy just to.
Where's his selfie?
He took it.
Did he tag you or did he?
I don't know. I said, and I told him, I said, upload it, send it to my page. I'd love to see it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We got it.
But he was just giddy. He was like, oh my, and then I had some other kid come up to me. He goes, you look really familiar. And he goes, how do I follow you? I said, well, I'm the drummer for Basket. He goes, I'm a huge Green Day fan. That's all you got to say. He goes, I know who Basket Case is. I said, you can find all my other stuff if you Concert Connection. He goes, Basket Case. And he just kept saying Basket Case. Young kid, giddy, just.
You're across worlds right now.
I know.
The upper level of age it's really you. For your age, that's the upper level for probably up to maybe 55.
Yep.
For Green Day, and so and they're doing the same thing. They're picking up fans this summer because they're getting geared up again. I'm
amazed when we go out, Amy and I do, how many people we run into. Mike. Mike from Fat Daddies is like, everything's opened up. I am at your disposal. Please. Come film. And I want to take 3 guests, go in there, but then we stagger them so that he gets promotion. He happens to be good friends with the guys in Faster Pussycat, Vanilla Ice.
I don't know who Faster Pussycat is. That's an interesting.
That's an LA rock band. Like they're big time.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice. He knows all these people. I'm like, Mike, so I need to pick your brain for some of these rock star interviews. He goes, oh yeah, I'll connect you with people. I'm like,
yeah, we need to do that. It's open now. We are able to, hey, I'm going to be at so-and-so emceeing. Can you come grab 30 minutes or 40 minutes? I need to be in the loop on that now.
Yeah.
Because I'll just come grab a few minutes. It'll either be with you and fans, with you and club owners, with you and the band performing. We got to do that now.
Eric wants to come on. Mike wants to come on. So I've got a couple club owners. I've been speaking with Michael, the production manager for House of Blues. And I know Damon, who's the bar manager at the Foundation Room. I know Clint, who's the stage manager for the main stage at House of Blues. And Michael, the production manager, goes, he goes, I can't believe your Green Day tribute hasn't played here. He goes, I'm a huge Green Day fan. He goes, I will make sure you are connected with the people. We will get you in here. If we want you on the main stage, but we'll get you in the Cambridge room. We'll get you in the Foundation room. We'll get you in the restaurant. He goes, we're going to get Basket Case in House of Blues multiple times. we'll make it happen. The guys at Gas Monkey were telling me the same thing. Like, I'm taking it upon myself to really connect with the people that are going to put me in connection with, and they all know that I am Concert Connection, which is the beautiful part, because they're like, anytime. The manager of all of House of Blues Dallas, saw me last weekend when I was there, came right up to me. We want to do a couple of interviews at House of Blues. Done deal. All I got to do is make a call. They'll give me either foundation room, you name it. We'll be able to do interviews there. Fat Daddies wants us. Eric wants us.
I'm ready to move around. I've been ready for a while, but now
yes, we have.
I just don't want you going in, setting up all that. All you need to do is say, okay, hand me the mic.
Yep. And
That's
so
all
you and I will schedule it. That
Mm-hmm.
we need to do a couple weekends in a row. So we stack up some interviews. And then once a month we go out and we hit a club and we go, okay, we're going to interview. I want to do at least 3 every time we go in, and we knock out 3 interviews. The club gets free promo out of it.
They'll eat that up. But the key part of that is it's a doorway. Whenever you walk up to a club, I want all the big ones. I mean, literally every big venue in this city, you should be able to walk up to
pretty much
and walk in the door.
I pretty much
but I'm saying we want it to be an absolute no thought. Everybody, hey, that's Rick. Boom, he's in. Boom, he's in. Boom.
Right now, I walk up to Lava, I pretty much get in. Gas Monkey, I get in. House of Blues, I get in. Legacy Hall, I get in. Like Fat Daddies, I get in. I am pretty much the clubs that I want to be in, I'm in.
Well, that's why we get together. You say, hey, I'm going to go here this night. I don't want you to have to perform. I don't want you to have to breathe other than take the mic and do your thing.
Yep. I'm with you 100%. And we're there. I mean, it's just us making it happen. I have a gut feeling this will be my last week with this job, and then I'll be hard hunting. I'm going to take a couple weeks to just chill.
But even again, when it happens, it's going to happen because now you're prepared. So when it happens, it's just going to happen, and it's not going to be the stress that you would have normally felt. But the other part about that is whatever that break is, we have to be in destroy mode. We have to be out there doing interviews, getting tape, period.
We're already destroying.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm talking about now. You know how, did you see Godzilla and King Kong?
No.
Did you see the new one yet?
No.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Oh, no, I'm going to go watch it. I just haven't had time.
Well, but what they did to Hong Kong, that's what we need to do to everybody.
It's funny because seriously, when we go out, everybody knows I'm Rick, and it's not just, oh, that's Basket Case and Rebel. Yeah, that's Rick, Concert Connection. And it's funny because the big people in the scene, the Back in Blacks, everybody knows who I am. And again, everyone's like, no, you are the scene. And I'm like, I'm thank you. I'm not. I'm just one guy in the scene. They're like, no, you are the face, the name of the Dallas scene.
No, you know it. So it's not something for what
I'm
they
playing
say.
humble.
Well, hell, of course I'm the scene.
No, I'm playing humble. I know.
Yeah, I know. Well, but we understand that. But the other piece of the puzzle is the takeover happens when we take over the originals. Right now, that connection between originals and tributes from a musician standpoint
hasn't happened.
But it has to happen, and we can be the thing that joins that together. We have got to do that.
The bass player for Kimes, which is Scott Kimes' original band, they are opening up for Buck Cherry, which I have tickets for. The bass player came to see Basket Case at Fat Daddy's, and I'm like, I'm friends with Scott, the singer. They will actually want me to play drums for them. Not going to happen. I'm not going to play drums for a Fort Worth band. I'm sorry. I've got my own.
It's too hard.
Yeah. But I want to bring them on the show. We're definitely, I'm making more of a concerted effort to the friends of mine that are in originals, bringing them on the show.
It needs to happen. And that every other week thing gives us room for that.
Yep.
We can then tuck a original band in and still do In the Pit.
I want to do beginnings. I want to make that happen.
That's going to be an overproduced major effort.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just want to know who the first 3 you and I have a list a mile long already. I want to know who the first three are going to be. And
you
really
put your list and I'll put my list.
The first one has to be a doozy. Like it's got to wow people.
But again, within the first 5, I'll say 5, but within the first 5, you're going to be within the first 5. because it has to be. Okay. And so, yes, you're thinking, and yes, you're saying, well, no, I've already decided because a lot of the voiceover crap that's going to be happening will be my voice in the background. And that's going to open you up, especially on the one that we do about you. That's going to be because I'll be doing the voiceover. Cheese was doing this and this, and she was doing that and that and that. And then you'll be doing the interview piece, and then we'll have video overlay, da 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 da. We're going to have all that. Okay.
What's funny is I actually want to do the voiceover stuff.
Well,
I actually want to narrate.
I'm going to have you doing your piece.
Okay.
But part of the reason I'm going to have some of that is because you can't voice over yourself the whole time. Yeah, you can talk about, hey, this was happening and pictures can pop up and this and this and this.
I understand.
But that's why I'm saying it's going to be overproduced. It's going to be glitzy, glotsy, lotsy, dotsy. But the little things I may tuck in will be, but that adds to the production value of the show. Yep. It's not just Rick doing XYZ. It's a whole shebang of shaboomy.
We keep saying it, but it's already come to fruition. We are stomping. We are Godzilla. And I was trying to explain to a couple people, I do dress like a rock star even when I just go out to go out, because we are always on stage. We are always promoting, and we are now public figures. Our job is we're promoting that rock star profile.
Yep.
What it is.
And there is a destroy, and then there's an absolute annihilation, and that's what I want to be. I want to make it so far out ahead of the universe that the people that want to do what we do come to us and say, hey, can you help me do so and so? And
there's a couple people that have hit me up, and it's like, I understand. No, there's people that want to do things, and you know what I hear is that their trepidation is, oh, well, we're going up against Rick.
And that's the way it should be.
You're damn right.
That's the way it should be. They should be like, well, we wanted to do that, but Rick's doing that. That's why when we cut this in half and we basically gave you all interview on the show, which we started doing a long time ago, they're looking at both of them now. And that's what I want to happen. And basically the app, once Android approved, they changed a lot of rules, but there is a physical app that in the pit with Rick, it is an app.
And I want to put it on Facebook, like just put a link to it, like on our page, send it out weekly, where here, just download the app.
That's going to be part of and the other piece, and I'll let you go. I'm going to the Dallas Visitors and Convention Bureau and have them basically see if we can work something out to where we're in the mix for things that happen, just like you said, for people when they come into town. Hey, look at this show.
I talked to Michelle Graves, since I'm not on the Drumathon committee, but I'm now the ambassador for. I want to get hooked up with Dallas Observer too. I want to get recognized by Dallas Observer, and she works for the Dallas Observer.
Interview?
That would be awesome. So she and I are talking, like, hey, I'm good pulling strings where and how, because yes, we do want to be that. I would love for Fox 4 News to be like, hey, we got to interview this guy. He's promoting the music scene, and we want them. I want everybody to know, oh God, Rick was on Fox 4 News. Yeah, baby.
And if your Green Day tribute can perform on one of the morning type shows or something like that, you're good with that experience too.
Oh, I can live with that.
Yeah.
I can live with that. I'm just saying, Concert Connection, we want, I want it to get to the point literally where, when I go out, it's already hubbub and mayhem when I show up. People, I catch them all the time. Like last night, people in the balcony, I looked up and there are people staring at me. They point, they turn, and they whisper, and they both look back. It's like, I get it. I'm comfortable with that now. They see Rick, and it's like, oh, hey, there he is. Well, we created this. This is what we wanted.
But that's why in the pit with Rick. We need to Rick him to death.
Yep.
Okay.
Rick him to death.
Did I just say that?
That was greatness. Oh my Lord.
Okay. Tell Amy I said hello, and tell Josh.
Tell Phyllis I said hello.
I will do that, and then send me a text and tell me when we can get on for about 15 minutes now.
Yep.
So we'll do that tonight. Have a good day.
Bye.
Queen. It's like this. Very queen. Yeah, there we go. Got to curve it a little bit. All right, here we go. Got it.
Bye.
Bye. In broadcast.